If you are stuck in 50s, 60s or 70s, is there a way to trick and still get 90 out of 90 in my next PTE exam? Well, if you're bombarded with these questions, then trust me, today's video will give you more insights on the modules that are trickable. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome pop-up video on how I tricked the software, moving my scores from 50 to 90. Well, before we begin, if not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we released our 3 official ebooks. First was PTE speaking cheat code, second reading cheat code, and the third match winning approach to PTE. The links for all the ebooks are in the description of this video. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into how I tricked the software, moving my scores from 50 to 90. When we talk about the PTE modules, remember, every module you cannot simply trick, every module you cannot simply fool. In fact, there are modules which test your English. Reading, fill in the blanks, there you cannot trick, man. Reading, writing, fill in the blank. Listening, fill in the blanks. All these modules, you need to possess that skill to exhibit your talent and get a good score. But there are other modules. See, total 21 modules are there for PTE Academic, 20 are there for PTE Core. What if I told you that out of 21 or 20, 15 such modules you can actually trick to an extent and get away with a very good scores? Let's start with the very first module, read aloud. When I say read aloud, it's not exactly completely tricking the software, but there are some tricks that exist using which you can quickly get a very good score. Next is repeat sentence, then comes describe image, retell lecture. Yes, you can trick. Answer short question, essay, summarize written text, choose single answer, choose multiple answer in the reading section, summarize spoken text in the listening section, choose single answer, choose multiple answer, select missing word and highlight correct summary in the listening section, and write from dictation. These are the 15 modules wherein, yes, I have tricked. I'll explain you how to trick as well. So let's quickly start with the very first section called read aloud. So when we talk about read aloud, the only difficult part here is the content. If there are some difficult words, people struggle. As a result, the fluency go down. The only trick here is to understand. It's the fluency that wins the race over the content. Now, if you're going behind the content, no matter what, how many years you practice, if you have problem in the reading skills, the scores will not come up. So what do? There could be not more than 2-3 words that pose difficulty to you in the exam. It's not all the words, right? Usually 2-3 words will have some difficulty. If you think that if I speak this, I think I'll fumble, then skip the words. Skipping this will not reduce reading scores. No, it will not reduce reading scores as long as you limit it to just 2 or 3 or max 4 words. Apart from that, you just maintain that rhythm, tat, 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 tat. You're gonna get the scores to both reading and speaking, 35 out of 35 to both reading and speaking from read aloud. So let me just show you with a small demonstration on what exactly I meant. This is a paragraph, towering encompass miraculous glucose. Let's say you have problems in these 4 words. If you speak, probably there are chances that you may fumble. Then how do we speak this? Very simple. Plants are remarkable organisms that form the backbone of life on earth. From trees to tiny mosses, they are a vast array of shapes, sizes and functions. At the core of their existence lies photosynthesis, the process through which they harness sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen. I spoke in a way that the software wouldn't probably even know that I have difficulties there. Yes, I have skipped them, probably it will understand, but what I'm trying to tell you is the software gives always the fluency more priority than the content, and here my fluency is precise. Content 90, 95, 96% of the words are correct, so I should be getting full scores towards my reading and speaking. Having said this, now people comment in the comment section, can I read one line? I don't recommend that. We've seen mixed instances where few of the people probably may have gotten 90, but most of the people have succumbed to this and got a very low score in the reading and the speaking section. So I don't recommend you to just read one line and just wash your hands and walk away. But yes, for now this trick will definitely help you get your scores. You can count on this. Second is repeat sentence. How do we trick here? Definitely we can trick the computer, the software here. Very simple. The score guide itself says if you give 50% of the content correctly in the order, you're gonna get full scores, meaning 2 out of 3 for content, but overall it would be full scores only, provided your fluency is top notch. Meaning for whatever the audio, see short audio, don't try to do all this operation, don't become a doctor. Only for the lengthy audio there is a need for a doctor. So short audio, 5, 6 words, 7 words, don't compromise, give your best. Let's say the word count of an audio crosses 10 and that's where the problem starts. For such audios, you listen to only 50-60% and speak that 50-60% precisely without compromising on the content, without compromising on the fluency. When I say content, the first 50-60% don't compromise, the remaining you leave. Hey, you do this, you have to get good scores, man. We have seen every day this is what is happening every day. Our registered course students do this and get 90. Meaning repeat sentence, you get 30 marks to listening and speaking. You're gonna bag all this 30 out of 30 if you just apply this. Let me give you a small demonstration. If this is the question, plants are remarkable organisms that form the backbone of life on earth. Plants are the remarkable organisms that form the backbone. Plants are the remarkable organisms, or you can also say plants are organisms that form the backbone. Something of this, you listen and just execute. Don't have to even listen to the full audio. You do this, listen less, speak first 50-60 or max 70% precisely, not compromising on the order, not compromising on the content, not compromising on the fluency. You have to get 3 out of 3 from one repeat sentence. This is a famous trick. Just note it down and whenever you practice, try to implement it. The next is describe image. Remember, there is no as such trick to fool the software and all in describe image, because as per the recent update in November 2024, they banned the templates. They banned the generic answers. So here when I say tricking means understanding the core of the software, understanding the core of the calculation. See, what they're trying to do is whenever you speak for the question, they're not giving a lot of priority to the content. They're again giving the priority to the fluency. The moment we see an image, psychologically we tend to think, if I give the perfect content, precise keyword, this particular keyword I think carries more weightage. All these assumptions just come into our mind and we completely tend to forget about the fluency. But what I'm telling you is the trick is this, it's the fluency 80%, 20% content. Just whatever you think is important in the image, just speak 3 sentences. Any 3 things you can describe. There is nothing like, oh, this is very important. If I speak this, I'll get more marks. This is not important. If I speak this, I'll get low marks. No, that is only happening inside your mind. Outside your mind, people are using this technique and getting 90. So just 3 sentences. Just 3 things you identify and speak using the template that I show you, which I've shown in many videos. You should be getting a very good score towards your speaking from describe image. Alright, so this is the template. The image provided is a bar graph, line graph that gives information about read the title, where x-axis talks about this, the y-axis talks about this, only comes for line graph, bar graph and area chart. It is evident that first sentence, conversely second sentence, another interesting point is 3 sentences, a little lengthy sentences. And when you speak, don't worry too much about the content, whether I misinterpreted a content, what if I give a wrong content. It totally fine, man. Just look into it, just speak. Know that nobody is listening. If you get to know that nobody is listening to you, definitely, even if you speak wrong, you're okay with it, isn't it so? But do not compromise on the fluency. So if this is the question, let me show you how I do it. Trust me, promise, I have not prepared for this. I'll just start speaking. The image provided is a process that gives information about the SQ3R study method. The process has 5 steps. It is evident that the first step is the survey, where survey includes a person to understand what has to be studied. The second step is the question, where the person puts a lot of question. The third step goes for reading. Conversely, when the person reads, he understands a lot of things, but also he tends to forget. Another interesting point is the 4th step is to recite, wherein he revises, and the 5th step goes for review, where he asks a teacher to review. Overall, this image illustrates the SQ3R study method. Just have to speak one question mark if you put in your mind. What if I make grammatically wrong sentences? Gone case. Grammar is not going to give you scores here. Grammar is only for writing. Speaking, no, they're not checking. All they're checking is fluency, content, pronunciation. Where is the grammar? It is happening only inside your mind. Only inside your mind. Everything is happening. Reality is sitting quite far away from you. Isn't it so? So just follow this. Don't have to worry too much about giving a precise content. Worry too much about giving a precise fluency, and that's how you trick. The next is retell lecture. Can I trick here? To an extent, yes. You got to learn the note taking strategy here. You can check my other videos, very important. But let's say you've written 4 or 5 phrases. Avoid writing just keywords, marks will go down. Small 4 or 5 sentences. Well and good, you're gonna get full scores. Only thing is you need to be fluent. Don't worry about the grammar. But now the worst case scenario, the audio was very tricky. It was quite an audio. I was not able to catch anything. Hardly I've written 2 or 3 small phrases. What should I do? I'll help you out with it. Just observe how I do this. So this is the template, and below that there are 3 small phrases that I've written. I'll show you how I finish the template, how I speak the entire thing. The lecture discusses the wind is changing the directions. In the beginning, the speaker explained about it rains heavily in the west. Later, the speaker said the walls are spattered by the gushing rain. Here, the speaker also mentioned the wind is changing the directions and it rains heavily in the west. In conclusion, the lecture effectively summarized the walls are spattered by the gushing rain. You just have to speak. At least get the marks for fluency. In the worst scenario, if you have not written enough content, don't keep quiet. Speak something. At least instead of getting 4 out of 5, you may end up getting 3 out of 5. It's still better than getting 0 out of 5, isn't it so? So work on this. Don't have to apply this all the time. The trick that I explain is applicable only in the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, give your best 4 or 5 phrases and speak with the template. The next is answer short question. 100% not important. We've skipped this module and still got away with 90 out of 90 in all sections. Don't have to pay someone for the repeated questions and keep practicing. It's not useful. Whatever the question you get, just try to attempt with a particular answer. If you know the answer, well and good. If you don't know the answer, say something relevant to the question. Who does cardiologist refer to? Heart surgeon. Let's say you don't know heart surgeon. You can say doctor. Or you say I don't know and click next and move on. All this are not important, but yes, if you know the answer, please speak the correct answer. If you don't know, speak something else and move on. Don't worry too much about this. The next comes summarize written text. Can we trick here? 100%. Remember, take to any full sentences, complete sentences. Don't copy half, don't copy from half, or don't copy till half. If you find a full stop, from there you start, and until another full stop you copy. Do this one more time, you get 2 sentences. Between them add a comma and a connector, AND, BUT, or anything of that. In the end, put a full stop. This works for both PTE Academic and Core. Make sure the word length is between 40 and 50 words. Don't have to cross 50 for PTE Core, less than 50. Summarize written text, done and dusted. You don't have to worry. This is the way it is. This is working. This will work. Next comes essay writing. Use template. It's not just the template. Using template doesn't guarantee you 90. Essay module contributes some 10 to 15 marks. If you get 1 question, let's say you got 2 questions, max of 20 marks and not more than that. This is not a high priority module, but people in the social media have made it look like it is a high priority module. My students use my template and got 90. You want this template? Join my course. So this kind of things have come across. All these are just to lure you into the course. Essay templates are not going to give you scores. Any template or whatever the templates that I have given you can use. 4 to 5 or let's say 5 to 6 sentences to be on the safer side. You just have to write inside the template with no spelling and grammatical errors. Let's say you use the template correctly. Let's say you put the right keywords, right content and everything, but made 10 spelling mistakes. It's gonna be a big 0 from 1 essay towards your writing. So what matters is something else, and what people focus on is something else. Like I told you, for most of the people, most of the things are happening just here. If they just step out of it, leaving their ego, they will see the reality. Hope you are getting it. It's the spelling and the grammar that makes the most difference. So this is the template that I've given. You can use this or any other template. 5 or 6 sentences to be on the safer side. You write with no spelling and grammatical errors. 15 minutes you try to finish the essay writing. The remaining 5 minutes you can use to proofread, which is very, very critical if you want to get a good score, meaning 20 out of 20 from essay writing towards your writing section. The next module is the reading section. Remember, reading, fill in the blank, reading, writing, fill in the blank, reorder, no trick, full strategies, vocabulary, bottom-up approach, top-down approach, and many things. But there are 2 modules that you can actually trick. First is choose multiple answer, second is choose single answer. Whenever you see this, click one and move on. Even in 2025, you have to do this. You don't do this, you don't get time. Basically, you don't have enough time there. You will not get time to finish the reading fill in the blanks, which comes almost in the end. So reading, writing fill in the blanks, reading fill in the blanks, and reorder. These three are very, very important. Choose single, choose multiple. We have skipped it completely, meaning some random answer people have selected. More than 10,000 students, they have gotten a very good score. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to practice even in the exam. The moment you see the question, click on and move on. There is no negative marking at all. Don't worry, just have faith in whatever I'm telling you. This will get you extra time, some 4, 5 or 6 minutes extra to focus more on reading fill in the blanks. Reading fill in the blanks contributes 25 plus marks towards reading. Reading, writing fill in the blanks contributes 50 marks towards reading and writing both. 25 to reading, 25 to writing. They are more important. All these are not important at all. Remember this. The next is the 10th module called Summarize Spoken Text. Can we trick here? To an extent, yes. The strategy goes the same way as written lecture here. 4 to 5 phrases or 4 phrases if you can write down using the template, well and good, but most importantly you have to be grammatically correct. Spelling should be perfect. All these are difficult things. Then where is this tricking part? The tricking part is this. You don't have to worry about producing a logically correct content. Even if you are not able to produce a logically correct content, it's okay. You are not able to produce the content which reflects the best keywords, totally fine. Whatever you listen, whatever you think is easy for you to write, you make a note of it. This is where you trick. But in your mind, what is happening? I think I should catch the most important content so that the software will come personally to my house and give me some money or give me some certificate. 100% no, it doesn't care. As long as the content that you pick is inside the audio, in the audio, more than enough. This you should understand. This, when you understand, writing becomes very easy, man. You don't have to worry. Whatever is easy for you, you just note it down. 4 or 5 phrases, use a template and finish it off. You can use the same template as that of written lecture. Most importantly, it is grammar and spelling. Content is not a priority, but make sure you write phrases and take the phrases from the question. The next 4 sections. Choose single answer listening, choose multiple answer listening, highlight correct summary listening, select missing word listening. These 4 modules, the moment you see the question, you cannot select an answer and move on, because until the audio ends, the next button will not be activated. So let the audio play. Once the audio ends, see if you can answer it correctly within 1 second. No competition after that. You do that, then it is considered a bad time management, because the last section right from dictation, you will not even have time to reach there. So all these modules are very tricky in the sense they all come in between to distract you from going in the right path, meaning you simply will lose time here. All these modules are dummy. The moment the next button is activated, meaning once the audio ends, click one and move on. If you know the answer, click the answer. If you don't know the answer, click whatever the option that you want and quickly move on for all these 4 questions. Failing to do so probably will result in time crunch. You will not have time at all to finish right from dictation. One right from dictation you miss. It's not there are 6 words in that, I will lose 6 marks. So listening, writing, no, you would lose more than 15 marks. It's just a 6-word audio you're not able to write. I will not give you a visa. I will not give you a grant to go there. This is how software decides. It's more than 15 marks you would lose if you miss one right from dictation. Meaning 15 marks, meaning towards both listening and writing. Remember this. The last is write from dictation. Can we trick here? To an extent, yes. But the main part is listening skill. You listen, understand what it is, quickly write in short notes, expand, add extra words. So it's not basically adding extra words, it's basically the listening skill. The first step is to catch the words. And then you add extra words. You can add extra spellings, extra words like singular noun, plural noun, present tense of the verb, past tense of the verb, verb as he developed the project. Develop, develops, developed. Project, projects. Articles, ye, the, is, prepositions, everything you can write is, was, in, on. And capital letter, small letter is not going to make a difference. Full stop, comma are not going to make a difference. Grammar not going to make a difference. So all these are tricks, but the main strategy is the listening skill. If this is the question, the pandemic led to a significant increase in remote work across the globe. The below answer also gives you 13 out of 13, 100% confirmed, even in 2025, July. I'm making this video on July 5th. Morning, evening we are posting this. Even on July 4th, people have gotten 79 plus in our course by using this method. You can rely on this. Don't believe someone else who says, I think it's not working because I got low score. Even if he had not added extra words or she had not added extra words, they would have gotten low score only. This people don't want to accept and they never accept. I hope you can relate to that. So the below answer, the pandemic, I have written 2 spelling, led lets, 3 spellings, to a significant increases in remote works across the globe, A and the other. This also will give you 13 out of 13. You can count on this. But remember, it's not just about adding. The first step is listen, understand and write. There if you falter, then adding extra words is not going to help you. So it's dependent on another skill called listening skill. Listen to a podcast every day for 20-30 minutes. Work on your spelling. Read novels, read newspapers. Your reading skills go up, meaning your English skills elevate. Then all this become very easy. Alright, I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. This is Nakul, N-A-K-U-L, Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.